the sky, and kings shall deceive. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We have come into the night, thunder and raging war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sound of arms, fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder raging war a night. We have come into the night, thunder raging war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Sail war. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Welcome everyone to Valhalla Esports, round 1 of the playoffs. I'm here casting with Keanu Reeves. How you doing?
Pretty good, man.
And we're getting straight into it. We're doing Play Gaming versus Big Wheel. And they're already in the draft phase for game number 1. So far, Plague's taken out Tryndamere, Renekton, and Jace, focusing those top lane carries. Big Wheel's taken out Zach, Silas, and Cassiopeia, taking out the jungle and a couple of mages in the mid lane.
It'll be interesting to see the Tristana in the bot lane. You don't see her too often now.
True. Could also be flexed into mid if they'd like to, but I would guess you're probably right. That'll be a bot lane. Currently, looks like we have the bot lane for Plague with the Thresh, Zaya, and then Udyr, most likely jungle, but could be top. And looking like a Trist Nautilus bot with a Sejuani jungle for Big Wheel. See what we get for round 2 bans.
How does Udyr play in the top side? Is it similar like Olaf? Was like an early game?
You can... well, I know you could do a couple builds. I think you still can. The most common one is the tank Udyr, where you max the R, which is the AoE, kind of like a Nevia ult. So that one's more of a scaling pick, where you're just very disruptive in team fights and do a lot of AoE damage. If you do the Q build, it's more assassin-like, where the on-hit Q just does max % health, I believe. Then that one can be a more early game. Looks like we're taking out the Seraphine for Plague Gaming. Big Wheel responds with the Cassidon ban.
Yumi
Yumi
allowed
is
in
banned
this week and next week?
This
Or?
week and next week. The change was enough, we decided to take her off the table for 2 weeks.
Right, so you don't have to put up for the cat for 2 weeks.
Like they missed that ban. Now this is finished. I'm trying to get it sorted out. Like the draft tool might have broken.
Technical difficulties.
Alright.
Are they using a different client?
Something broke. Yeah, they were using drafting GG, I guess. I didn't really care as long as they got the draft done, but it broke on them, so now they'll use draft law like everyone's been using.
Huh.
Tech Alley says blame Vixper. Damn it, Vixper, come on, man.
The 1 week they changed and they experienced some issues. Oh well.
Yeah, Baberino saying good luck, Legalist. Yeah, we do have Legalist subbing in for Big Wheel, along with Fluffy Duff in the 80 carry role. And we have Too Good for Limo subbing in for support. And I can't remember 100%. I think Hunter's Work is also subbing in. But that one, I don't remember the exact lineup there. If anyone knows, correct me.
So how many games for playoffs is today? Was it like 4 games?
For all the games of playoffs, it's still a best of 3. And the finals will be a best of 5. So this
No,
weekend.
no. Like how many people or how many teams in each
Oh,
round?
sorry. There are 4 matchups, so 8 teams in playoffs. Basically, it was each division in the bracket had 3 teams. So as long as you were seed 1 or seed 2, you made it to playoffs.
Okay, and then all the I'm guessing the games are being played today with this one being streamed.
Correct. All of them should be happening now. I put out a post for what games people are interested in, and this one had the most votes, so we are streaming it live.
Everybody voting for their favorites on this one.
Oh, we got the good luck to Arma, so we've got support for both sides from Barbarino.
Are they like loading the client up for the draft?
I think they're making a draft law. I'm waiting for a link. Yeah, slight drafting technical difficulties, but we'll get through the draft and get back into the game. They said the final ban was a Camille ban. So it should be everything the same up to here with the Camille ban. We'll have 1 new ban from Big Wheel, and then the final 2 picks for both teams. But so far, I know Zaya is very strong right now, and Thresh, if you play Thresh well, is always kind of a terror.
Big Wheel throwing 3 bans towards the top side.
There we go. Yep, Big Wheel want to take out that top champion pool. Here we go, back into it, and the final ban from Big Wheel was Asol. And then Big Wheel picks up Ziggs. Could technically still flex Ziggs and Tristana either to ADC or mid for either, but I'd guess it's Ziggs mid, Tristana ADC.
Oh, they might throw the Ziggs down there with the Nautilus.
It's possible, yeah. Just have that safe farming. If it's Thresh Saya versus Trist Nautilus, it'll be a very aggressive bot lane. If it's a Nautilus Ziggs, it'll be more of a passive bot lane. Then we got a Shen Aurelia. So it'll be looking like Shen top, Udyr jungle, Aurelia mid. Makes Plague a little bit AD heavy, but Udyr does put out, as long as he goes the tanky R build, he'll put out some AP damage.
It looks kind of rough without having any AP when they got 2 tanks on big wheel side with Sedge and Nautilus.
Yeah, if they get big and a lot of armor, could be tough. And then a Jax to round out that top side. So should be Jackson to Shen, which I believe goes Jax's way in the long term.
Jax definitely has the scaling.
Shen's better
How does the
for
trades
showing
work?
up to team fights. Jax wants to block the 3 empowered Qs, and Shen just wants to fight inside his auto attack block field. So
Both of them having
fights are kind of
skills where
awkward.
they cancel. Both of them want to auto while both have canceling auto skills.
Right. But it does make fights a little bit awkward. But I think it goes Jax's way because once both the blocks are down, his kit, once you get a couple items, just does way better in that 1v1. Shen is better in the fact that he can match a split and just kind of farm it out and save towers and then join team fights way quicker. It'll be interesting to see if the Sedge can become a mega tank with the low AP damage on the side of Plague.
If they ever start sieging from big wheel with Ziggs and Tristana, they'll take a lot of towers pretty fast.
That's right. While we go through this draft with everybody getting hyped for the games, if you happen to be sitting on a Prime Gaming that you don't use for anyone, toss it our way. We'd greatly appreciate it.
Never look back.
Use it to try to make any side tournaments we do / the league in general better.
The big wheel with the majority of the first 3 bands going towards the top lane, and then Plague trying to hit that mid lane.
That's right. So we got that Shen top and the Jax, and the Sedge Udyr matchup. I know you play Sedge a fair amount. Do you play Udyr any for the jungle?
Oh no, that man I stay away from.
Right.
Number 1
How does
ban.
it feel when you play Sedge into Udyr though? Does it seem like a good matchup or one you would like to avoid?
I think it's just like a 50-50. I'm probably wrong on that aspect. It seems like they do their clears. Udyr has like more of a choice after 3 camping to go to a lane or continue in the full clear.
Right.
But it just like, seems like he has like more options as Sejuani early.
54-46. Is that the win rates for him or what tech? Yeah, I agree. I think Sedge has better early ganks and can kind of get in there to CC the enemy easier. Udyr needs a little bit of setup, but has a little better dueling.
Yeah, like if you get caught out in the rev or anything, Udyr's definitely just gonna run you down.
Right.
Sejuani's just, she has to be in a lane with somebody else.
Right.
She's not gonna be making solo picks on her own.
And then we have Aurelia Ziggs mid. Flimsy fence, definitely proficient on Aurelia. We'll be looking to try and capitalize on some kills on the Ziggs, while Hardway is going to be looking to play very safe. And then hopefully some action in this bot lane, where we have the Xayah Thresh and the Tristan on Nautilus.
Yeah, I was hoping with the patch that just came out, we'd see like some hyper carries in the jungles and see them run havoc in each lane.
Right.
Looks like it's still like the standard meta with like either the early game junglers or the tanks.
Yeah, depending on the team, like if there's a team with a higher salary jungle, you might see some more of that. But I know here, the big ones would be like Flimsy and Arma for Plague, and then Legalist in the top, I believe, is up there. And it'll be interesting to see how Fluffy does in the ADC role. He's subbing in for Big Wheel, but he's been playing mid all season. Go team, that's right. Blitz, didn't you get picked up to sub for a team tonight? I thought you were playing with Beard. Now we got our slight game delay, so we can't have any stream sniping. Then we'll see the action. But coming into this game, which team comp are you favoring as far as the team you think will win?
If play gets a couple kills and snowballs, I think with like the Rayleigh and the Udyr, it can just go from bad to worse, and they can just take the game over.
Right.
But if Big Wheel like actually can slow it down and have the Jack scale, Tristana gets big.
Legalist
If they
team
just
will win.
push down mid or split the lanes with Jack split pushing, Triss and Ziggs can take towers, and who are you going to get the match with Jax?
Right. Yeah, I'd say if Jax can get big, then he becomes that split push threat. So it's all about the Shen trying to stay pretty even in the lane, not get caught out by any ganks or just 1v1 deaths, and then hoping, as you said, if the Xayah or the Aurelia get big, then I think play can do well. But I think it does a lot depend on how the Shen does in this game.
Yeah, the bot lane, I'm assuming that the Triss is going to go for like an early level 2, try to get the lane pushed in.
Right.
Is this the... Did Thresh get buffed? Like, did they lower his cooldown on his Qs?
I don't think it got changed this patch.
Was it
But
previously?
it might have happened in a different one.
But
yeah,
yeah,
I'd agree Tristan not are looking for level 2 and looking for that all in if they hit it first. Triss definitely wants that early kill to snowball with. It'll be interesting to see where Sejuani and Udyr try to focus.
it's definitely going to be hard later in the game to get to that Xayah with Thresh Lantern and her ult.
Yeah, she's got
And
lots of abilities to get out of stuff.
both teams looking to fight front to back.
That's right.
The two champs, Rayleigh and Jax, is what I'll be looking for in this game.
Right. And we know Jax had been updated a little while ago now, but is quite strong after that small rework. I guess doesn't have any mastery unlocked on him, but I'd assume has played it on possibly other accounts.
We got somebody trying to smurf in here.
Well, it's not smurfing as long as we know other accounts. Got good mastery in the bot and highest on the Udyr so far. Udyr is one of those champs right now where he's just so tanky and so disruptive in team fights. It'll be interesting to see how Vixper plays on him.
Yeah, definitely like a callback to the Hecarim Udyr meta.
Right.
He's just back when he was oppressive then, he's the same way now.
Yeah, you just run through people, they hit you with CC, but you just shield and don't care and run away.
You just keep running at him. It's almost like he does Olaf's job a little bit better. Wonder if somebody. Actually, he might do it a lot better because now he's regulated the top lane.
Right. Wonder if anybody did have a log issue because we're sitting at 0% on the loading. We should get there soon. Exit. Wonder what happened. Reconnect.
That's one way to start the playoffs.
Just finding all the bugs with the League client that we can. It's thinking.
Can't have it go smooth. Gotta have some suspense and build up before you get into the game.
Right. I'm still in it. What if I just close my client? I got a key fragment. Look at me. Oops. Spectate. Hopefully this will work. There we go. Alright. Classic.
All that work
Small
just to,
indie company riot not having your spectator work.
and you can't expect too much out of them. It's not like you pay for anything in this game.
Yeah, they don't have any money. There we go. Alright, we're in the game. We did it. See if anyone decides to go for any kind of cheeky invades, or if it's a standard start to the game. So far, like, everyone's spreading out.
Point from both sides, yeah. Nothing crazy.
Got the blue smite on the Udyr, green smite on Sejuani. And Triss started a longsword refillable instead of a Doran's blade. So it'll be a little lower on health without the Doran's item.
Seems like the blue smite on Udyr is because he can clear his jungle faster to get like more use out of the speed for the smite in the early game.
Right.
Makes his ganks a little bit better. For junglers that like can't clear as fast or don't stay in their own jungle to get it, red or green is what they would go.
Yeah,
It used to
sure.
be nothing but green.
And he just loves to run fast, so definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Without the Doran's blade, the Xayah has 70 health max over the Triss, so we'll see if that ends up mattering. I think the damage is pretty comparable. 8 damage versus 10 damage, so plus 2 damage.
Looks like Udyr's going to start at his blue side, work his way down bot, since that's going to be kind of volatile with Tristana and Nautilus there.
Similar pathing, but ends up mirroring since the jungles are mirrored.
With the Sejuani, I don't know, I'd probably want to start at the top as well too. I guess she's trying to get the Jax ahead so he can do the split push.
Yeah, I think getting Jax a lead would be big. You just let him do his thing. And so far Hardway playing pretty well, getting good poke down on Flimsy. Gets hit by that stun, but doesn't get the Q followed up on him.
The early trades was enough to deter him from actually going in on that.
Sure, and actually Xayah and Thresh hit level 2 first, so didn't push effectively with the Tristana Nautilus.
That puts them on the back foot, that changes up.
Yep.
Yeah, that lane's definitely going to play out differently now.
Here we see the double dodges.
No one can auto anyone.
Luckily, Jax gets to get the damage from the E either way. Yeah. Oh, no, Nautilus hits a hook. Triss gets the bomb down, gets an auto, but just a little bit of a health trade.
Was it 3 autos to max stack or bomb?
I think it's 4 or 5.
4? Okay. I couldn't remember how many it was to get the full stacks on there.
Yeah, I know it's higher than 3, but I don't know the exact number. Probably check it. Oh, next time I'm down there, I'll look. Hardway a little low on mana, but still getting some good poke down. Just gonna want to be careful if he doesn't have abilities to use. The bomb is. Oh, that's wrong.
330 scuttles up. Both junglers working their way in the river to it.
Yep.
And then
Doing
each
opposite
lane
scuttles.
just
Another nice hook from Nautilus. Gets the bomb down. But a good route for stopping both the enemy champions by Arma.
recalling those feathers came in clutch right there.
Udyr was around, but they were pushing. Gets the hook, but didn't have the flay follow-up, so won't net a kill. I think he just reactivated Q and flayed, then Udyr gets the stun, and that's a dead Nautilus.
I don't know if you wanted to get that close to tower though.
I
don't
think
think,
still would have been out of range, but yeah, definitely being careful about it.
Yeah, Sejuani hasn't shown up on any wards until then, so they don't know where she is.
Right, so it's looking mid, but the Aurelia had just reset, and so far, top pretty even. Jax has about a 15 farm lead, so just getting that farm lead naturally from pressuring and CSing well. And almost denies the cannon. But stacks up
Yeah,
a
it's
lethal
just-
tempo and gets a good trade with that tower shot, evens it out. Nice double root again.
Xayah Thresh is just bullying this lane. That's something I did not expect to see in this fight.
Good thresh hook. That time it would have been on the tower, so probably smart not to take it. But they get the wave under tower and they're looking for the reset.
A good trade by Aurelia on that one.
Yep, got a little chunk, but then Ziggs satcheled out to keep himself safe.
Oh, diving
Oh,
on that one.
I think the Nod hook hit the Thresh while the Thresh was queuing in. That was an interesting interaction.
It's like we'll get all the spaghetti codes that Riot has today to watch.
Everything. Now Jax has hit 6, so those empowered auto attacks will be dealing a lot of damage. Yep. No ultimate yet from Flimsy, but has a hard way, low on mana, down a flash, in half health. So Sejuani here trying
early
to
game
sneak the
poking.
first dragon. Udyr is in the area though, so might get found out.
The early poke from Ziggs, yeah, he's to a point now where you got to watch out at Aurelia at 6. She can just all in. Oh, is Triss gonna get the jump? She's gonna get.
Not quite. Expert does
No.
ghost and is getting CC'd by the Nautilus and Sedge.
Oh,
shields.
Triss jump. No.
First blood and second blood now goes over to Arma.
What a disaster.
Got so close to killing Vix around that Udyr, but now give over 3 kills. Along with Flimsy getting a kill in the mid lane.
4 kills and the objective, it looks like. That
Highly
is a
unfortunate
disaster.
turn there, but a good bait, holding his flash and shield till the last minute. Actually,
Yeah, Triss could have. I think she could have killed Udyr because she can jump on the Udyr, and then when you have max stacks on the bomb, it'll reset her jump.
right.
So it's not just on kills.
Yeah,
So she could have had
bomb
the extra
reset.
damage on him.
Bomb reset / kill. Yeah.
Hmm
A little bit of a misplay and ends up being a huge turn for Play Gaming.
Yeah, Plague 4 kills, the objective. They're just taking everything they want. 2 kills on the Xayah, the Aurelia as one.
Yeah, it went every way Play could have hoped for it to go.
Yeah.
Once Armor gets
said
a
if it-
reset, he's going to be ridiculously strong.
I knew if wasn't expecting Xayah, but since Xayah and Aurelia is getting ahead this early, and if they start snowballing, it's just going to be rough from Big Wheel to try to come back.
Nice hook here from Nautilus, and they do have the Sejuani in the area looking to follow up on the gank. This time Triss does jump in, gets the reset, jumping on the Xayah, exhausting. They're trying to run her down before she can get on the tower. Just need that hook. Ooh,
Any
good
more
flash
CC?
to get
Oh.
out.
Saving the flash. Good job.
Very well played. Saved the flash for when the hook came out, so he could guarantee dodge it. But they do pick up 1 kill that ends up going to the Sejuani.
That Big Wheel trying to get something back after that last fight.
Udyr's on the top side, might be looking for this Rift Herald.
Sejuani just started walking from base. I think he's clearing out sight, but he doesn't have his top laner there.
Got the
Mid lane.
scuttle and now just started it, so we'll see if Sejuani checks it. Should have time.
Yeah,
slash Jack.
Shin's running straight there. He's not even going to show in lane, so they should have this over Sejuani because she's going to check by herself.
Alright, Sedge knows they're doing it. We'll see if they want to rotate or not. Sejuani's
Yeah,
trying to get in
Aurelia's
there.
pushing this wave in.
So yeah, they pick it up. Jax and Ziggs were pushed in, so no real chance to fight it on the side of Big Wheel. Now, Aurelia's walking into the top side jungle, looking at coming up to this top lane.
Oh, the damage from the Jax.
Jax
Good
is trying
fight.
to take out the Shen right now. Aurelia will show up, but
Oh,
the Shen will go down. But
all in for that.
Can
And
Jax
let's see if he can
escape?
make the great escape.
it's got the dodge. Now Udyr's here also.
Oh, the re-engage with the jungler now.
The 3v1 picks up the 1-for-1 in the kill trades, but unable to escape after picking up the 1v1 kill on the Shen.
That was a nice solo top lane, and then just couldn't get out with the other ones mid and jungle collapsing.
True. The kill does go over to the Udyr, so I think you'd rather see it on the Udyr than the Aurelia.
Have you been ran down by a Udyr before? Can you honestly say that?
I'd say it's slightly better than getting run down by an Aurelia.
You're right. Just all the feel time, like feel bads when you get chased down by Udyr and no one can peel them all.
Right. But that does give Jax the Sheen buy, so we'll have a lot of power for trades now. A nice hook into...
Oh, Xayah getting
Root
caught
and
out without her
ultimate.
support.
The Root comes back and does land on both, but the
Oh,
bomb
she
goes
just
off
stepped
and
up
Triss
too
takes
far.
out Xayah. Nice hook. And
Sejuani here for
the
more
thresh should
support.
fall. Oh, but it goes to Sedge. Could have been Triss
Oh,
double. Still
she
very
comes
well played.
in just for more support, and she had to take it.
Fantastic engage there from the Nautilus.
Oh, yeah,
Aurelia and
good hit.
Udyr are here. Sejuani needs to just try to walk away. Looking
she
for the
still
fight. I
has her
think
bot lane
Aurelia
there.
still has ult. Yep.
Yeah, the
She's
Tristana-
jumping in, takes out Trist. The Udyr will fall. And now, ooh, the Ziggs ult. Ooh, flashes up.
And
So-
this is what they did not want to see. 3-0-1 Aurelia.
Ends
30. Well,
Ends up being a 3 for 2 trades. Not the worst, but yeah, that Aurelia picking up 2 more kills.
yeah, it was a good pick by Nautilus on the Xayah where her support was out of lane trying to ward, but after that they just overstayed.
Went a little too ham. You see in the top lane though, with everyone being on the bot side, Jax is able to bully out Shen some more. Has opened up a 40 CS lead.
Every time we go to mid, we see Flimsy landing that stun. I don't
he's
think we've
been-
seen him miss one yet.
He's been good at landing it. He's missed a couple, but he's been very consistently hitting it. Legalist was checking the river, get a little bit of vision down, and we'll keep on farming.
It's 5-7, pretty close. Unfortunately, it's all on the pig, none on the carry, so that's kind of unfortunate, but it'll make the front to back a little bit easier.
Yeah, it does let Sejuani build a lot of that armor, since they should be aware it's a heavy AD team for Plague. So like I said, just trying to look for a bot gank into potentially a dragon. Udyr's trying to run down. A nice hook on the Thresh, max range hook, gets the ultimate off.
Comes
Flash out from
Sejuani.
Thresh.
Oh, an
No
escape.
Ooh, but no,
Missed the
no hook as they
stun.
walk out. They have Udyr
Man.
and Aurelia coming down, so they need to get out of here. It's like, Nautilus at least will fall.
Nice ult to get him away. Is it gonna buy him enough time?
Oh,
Nautilus
nice
probably
hook.
Oh, it's
Oh.
just, it's
But
a
Nautilus
bot lane
escaped
party.
With that hook. Nice hook on the
Or
tower.
bot and Rift. They're gonna take the bot lane and just push it. Yeah, if this Jax doesn't like come online, this game's looking like it's getting out of control real fast.
Ooh, a nice pickup there from Hardway. Nice snipe on the Thresh. But it will be second dragon over to Plague Gaming, along with 1 plate left on the bottom side tower.
Yeah, they're Big Wheel's just missing barely each gank where Sedge comes in and she doesn't get like the knock up with her Q.
Right.
Barely missing the kill, and then Play Gaming just coming with Aurelia and Udyr to run them down.
Yeah, seeing a lot of ganks where they get really close to getting killed, but then they get picked up as they try to walk away.
Yeah, just slight miscalculations. Unfortunate. Playing correctly, it's just they executed a little bit better and they could have got more.
Still not insurmountable though, only a 1.5k gold league for Plague, so Big Wheel not out of it in any way yet. A lot of that lead being taken up by the Jax lead in the top lane.
Yeah, 3-kill Udyr, Aurelia, Xayah's still at 2. Xayah with the mythic over Tristana. Tristana, if they look for another fight here, it's probably going to end poorly again.
Yeah, for the bot lane, unless if they hit an engage at their tower, they can't take any more of those fights where they chase the kill and end up getting caught. Especially until Triss finishes that mythic.
Yeah, Flimsy rotating down to the bot lane is just helping them so much with the Udyr.
Been on point with those rotations. Triss does now finish the mythic, so at least got that power spike. But it looks like this bot tower will fall since they had to back and purchase some items.
Looks like Sedge is getting some sight around the second Shelly.
Yep.
See if she can take that and try to, I guess, push her lead towards top lane.
Yep.
It's the only place where they're really far ahead.
Hardway flashes away from that stun from Aurelia. Clumsy doing a good job pressuring the Ziggs all game. Now, Jax has the push, so we'll be here to support the Sejuani. We'll see if Udyr tries to poke his head out here. So
Jax a kill up and almost 60 CS too.
Yep, but now they're rotating up Xayah and Thresh into the top lane. So we'll see if they match the rotation or if Jax just tries to fight the stronger lane.
And you got all 5 of Plague moving up to the top side. Big Wheel still has their bot lane going, pushing bot. They don't see all the numbers. Alright, they're switching now.
Yep. Tristan and Alice are trying to get a little bit of damage down, but they do have the Udyr there, so they're going to have to be careful. Get spotted on a ward. And even though Jax is pretty strong in his lane, the 2 kills Xayah plus the Thresh supporting her makes this very tough. And Aurelia's looking for a dive right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try to run down.
Stun. But Aurelia's still looking for the fight. Nice ultimate by Sejuani.
Here comes Ziggs, it's a 3v3. They're just gonna like shake hands and both of them will walk away. Looks like Hardway's trying to actually force this.
Beagles wanted it but couldn't quite get in range. Now the Udyr is here trying to jump onto the Ziggs.
Ooh, Tack Alley's getting called out. As it
Flash hook ultimate by Nautilus.
re-engage.
They take down the Aurelia.
Oh, this choke point cluster right now.
And then triple kill from that Xayah ultimate and feather pullback. Huge gold into Armin's pocket once again.
And Snowball just gets worse and worse.
Pressuring this tier 2 tower, now with a 4k gold lead.
All the kills on all the carries for Play Gaming. The exact spot that they want to be in right now.
Yeah, they're falling exactly where they want them, and this game is looking pretty tough right now for Big Wheel. If they're gonna want to get back into us, they need to just chill out, let the carries get some more gold, and get that Jax for their head, and try to set up 1-4 so that their split push can start peeling away the enemies on the side of Plague.
They should go down towards the bot side, clear out vision around the dragon. This is Soul Point.
Now,
That'll put them on 3.
Play Gaming has 4 towers to 0, so sitting on a lot of gold on the map for Big Wheel. They just need the ability to pressure in and hit these towers.
Was Lima going to get caught out? And there's a pause.
So looking for the catch. Lima's in a precarious situation, and hopefully this pause won't be too long. Looks like Vixper DC'd potentially. Hopefully we'll be back soon.
Vixper DC, and this is the chance that Big Wheel needs 5v4.
Yes, if you're interested in the league, If you know anyone in the league, reach out to them and they can get you in contact with us. If you don't know anyone in the league but you're just interested, we have a website. Oh, looks like someone sent you an invite already, so check it out. And yeah, if you join, all you do is pick your roles for what you want to see in the Discord, and then if you're interested in subbing for the league, or this season's pretty close to ending. There's 2 more weeks after this week is over, but there'll be a season 2 a couple months after the season ends. And if you sign up, we have in-houses in the meantime, where it's just 5v5s and custom games, no set teams. That's a good way to get noticed and get picked up.
Believe was the draft in June or so for the next season.
I think you're right. Around June. And then we also have a website that I believe is in the description of the Discord. But yeah, looks like Chunk and Stronky's got you. And
You move the mouse on the screen.
yeah,
Or is it paused?
It rebuffers when it pauses to put us at the right time behind. I'll just back it up slightly and it should be fine. Alright, so here we'll see Thresh taking out this pink ward and we'll see if he gives us light for it or not. Trying to get run down by Sedge and Nautilus, but they do back off. They didn't have any vision in the enemy jungle, so they're afraid they're walking into a trap. So Thresh will escape with his life.
Hardway resetting. So Shin just coming on the map with Udyr at his bottom section. Aurelia.
Looking to push out that top lane, has the ultimate so can join this dragon fight as needed.
He has
Power of
TP.
shit. TP plus ultimate.
Why do you want just 1 TP when you can have 2?
Exactly. Nice hook engage on the Thresh, and we'll see if this fight goes the way they want though. They do have Udyr running at the Jax.
Aurelia goes in.
Thresh. Ziggs Bomb does take him out, but now Aurelia's on the backside, takes down Nautilus and Tristana.
And the
Xayah
snowball continues.
The Sedge.
Yep.
So they did take out the Thresh who they engaged on, but they are the team that's behind, so they need to be looking for the slower team fights. When they engage, it gives access to the backline for Plague.
And engaging, you're not giving the Ziggs a chance to actually like put damage out, burn down the tanks, fight front to back. Like you're just going into exactly what Plague wants, which is just a big brawl.
But
especially in the choke points with the AoE from Aurelia's ult, Udyr. I don't know what they can do to actually come back into this fight.
For this, they just really need to stall it out and try to get some of these objective gold on the map. They're down, coming up on 10k. So it's definitely a big hill to climb, but if they stall out, they let Jax become that side lane split pusher, and they can just get some gold on the Ziggs and the Trists, and they can just clear waves as they let Jax look to split and get it. The later they can get the game, the more even and less the gold lead matters.
Classic, let's drag the game out and see if the team winning could actually make a mistake.
For block whispers, I think it's in your settings. I don't know where though. Now it looks like Play Gaming looking to start up as Baron. They do have a huge gold lead, so they're pretty free to do so. We'll see if Big Wheel can get vision down and look for his steal.
I don't even.
Yeah,
They're not. They just burned it down too quick.
So they do die. Now Sedge is trying to get engaged on, but does run away. Got Ziggs matching the Shen while Jax is trying to match this Aurelia, who's highly fed. Still gets hit by the ultimate and will get burned down. Got
Fortunately, that's not the Shen that you were fighting.
as the Udyr jumps on the Ziggs and burns him down. The Aurelia doesn't pick up the Jax and gets taken out by Fluffy Death on that Tristana. So 1-for-1 across the map, but they have the quicker push going into this tier 2 on the side of Play Gaming.
And no one matching them bot lane.
And they have Xayah rotating to deal even more damage to this tower. Tier 2 at least will go down.
But they got this tower.
Jax was too low, ended up backing in the top lane, so not even trade tower on the top side. So ended up being a positive trade for Plague. That was well played by Legalist to survive against that Fed Aurelia.
Oh yeah, that was a... was it a 300?
Shutdown?
Yeah, on the Aurelia? Or no, she died once before then, okay.
Yeah, she had died. I don't think she had one. It was 150.
150 after that. The next one they need to start looking at is that Xayah with that 500 gold bounty.
That'd be the big one to get. Slash just getting some towers. Like the catch-up gold is big as well.
Yeah, I don't think they can push to take a tower for a bounty right now, Baron.
Nice stun here again from Flimsy onto the Jax, but we'll back up.
Oh, Baron buff just expired. No, it's still
no,
going.
the really had died.
Okay, so no Baron on Aurelia.
Couple nice bombs for poke from Hardway in the mid lane, but still getting some damage into that tower.
And now Play Gaming with the 5-man goon squad. Any person that gets hit by CC is going to go down.
Right.
Oh, misses the taunt.
But now we have an Udyr under tower, but he's an Udyr, so he doesn't really care.
Nautilus ult down. And they're just going to let this cannon do all the dirty work for him.
Yep. And now
That's,
they're rotating back. The
less than a minute on Soul.
The Soul is up in 30 seconds for Plague. Should be a pretty easy pickup. And could be a spot where Big Wheel try to fight them, where they could turn it into more.
With Play clearing out all this vision, it's going to be rough for Big Wheel to like come in and face check.
Right. And meanwhile, we have Shen still pushing that top lane, so they will be on a timer as they sit near this dragon. Nada's still looking for an engage, but
Nautilus called out,
down.
burnt down.
Big Aurelia ult taking out Sejuani.
Fluffy in the back, just throwing autos out.
Aurelia takes out Ziggs on the back line.
Jumping with the...
Nice flash pullback to take out the Jax, but Fluffy does take
Fluffy
out
trying to be the hero.
Shutdown, but then gets taunted
And a taunt.
and picked up by Aurelia for the Quadra onto Flimsy.
Valiant effort by Fluffy jumping around, trying to take out the carries. In the end, Aurelia and Shin just too much.
Shen TP's back at the top. We'll take out this base tower and open up the Nexus. Like, get the Dragon Soul. Oh, just hit the tower once.
Oh no, Shin.
Walks away without taking out
Don't
the
do
tower.
it. Don't do it.
But that's fine.
Oh no, that's a feels bad.
Tower's essentially dead now, so they are using a lot to try to kill this Shen. They should eventually die. But we'll see. It's a lot of
Max
champions that
range
do
hook.
no damage. Flashes over the wall.
The wet
Will
noodle
escape.
fight commences.
This
This
Aurelia
Aurelia just diving
free
tower for the
dives.
Ziggs.
Doesn't even matter. Gets TP'd on by the Jax. Uses the leap as she dashes out, but should still win this. Yep. Big shutdown for Jax there, 750.
50 for the Jax.
So, nice to get, but they are starting to lose their base towers, so there's not too much time they have to get their items. Nice hook onto the Udyr, but again, they don't have damage with them.
The one saving grace is Tristana and the Ziggs trying to like wave clear so they can't push.
Alright, Trista's on 3 items now, so despite being behind, should be doing a lot of damage if she is not CC'd.
Yeah, after that last fight, maybe it's a good thing they let him get sold.
Right.
If Big Wheel gets Elder, if
Yeah.
Fluffy pops off like he did last time, he just might get a pinna.
Once you get Elder, then you're good to go.
Yeah, it was all
So
part of the plan
we'll
since
see
the
if it was
beginning.
a big brain play. Shen trying to get away from Jax, but with the Bork and oh no, Jax doesn't have the Bork.
Yeah,
Just
he
the
went
fuse.
tank, he get Frozen Heart and Sunder.
So meanwhile, Fluffy getting run down by 3 on the side of Plague. Again, a 1-for-1 across the map, but they have the big push going on the top side, trying to pick up Hardway. It will go down to Arma. Gets the triple, the quadra. Oof.
And those are the 2 that you need down. The only 2 that could actually clear waves on their team.
This could just be the end, unless it's
Yeah, this should just be
Legalist
game
pulls
right
a
now.
Miracle. Xayah still has her ultimate up as well, so almost
Aurelia's
impossible
walking
here.
the wave in through the mid. They're just
They
gonna
got
back
2
off.
inhibs and they wanna look for this Baron, playing it safe.
Yep.
They only had 15 seconds for all the enemy to pop up, so didn't think they had time to end it. Take
10
the more
seconds for
sure
Sage,
objective.
so they can just burn this real quick. 12 kills Xayah, Aurelia. This thing will go down in no time.
Second Baron, reset, buy your items, and just walk it through the bot lane for the end.
But with this comp, they know what they needed to do. They needed to snowball, get the kills on the carries, and just apply pressure. They have not stopped since the beginning of the game.
No. And despite Jax now sitting on almost a 90 CS lead, the mid and 80 carry on the side of Plague just doing more.
Didn't even matter if they were all AD. Can't out tank all of that damage.
Not so far. And Aurelia slash the Kraken Slayer on the Xayah just doing enough tank shred damage. Actually, the Kraken plus the LDR. A lot of armor shred for that Xayah. And you see the 5-man trying to push it in. They don't need to rush it. They have super minions and Shen on the top side, but there's that damage from the Xayah, half healthing the Jax pretty quickly. Udyr goes down first, along with Aurelia, but Xayah picks up a double kill.
Can they get to the
Tristana
side?
has the exhaust and is trying to jump on the Xayah, but the
no.
Zonia's. Ziggs will pick up the kill. So a lot of shutdowns and took out a lot of Baron buffs, but 2 barely alive on the side of Big Wheel trying to save these Nexus shirts.
Fluffy being the hero that his team needs, spitting out all kinds of damage in that fight.
The Shen split push does net them a tower, so only 1 base tower remains for the Nexus.
That stopwatch came in clutch for Xayah.
Yeah. Well played with that item, and we'll see how much those shutdowns can help out Fluffy and the rest of Big Wheel as they try to claw their way back into this game, hanging on by the tips of their fingers.
Next objective up is going to be Elder. Yeah, a minute they had to push all these waves out to try to contest it.
It's very tough. And Plague, if they want to slow play Elder, could also just send Shen top until someone tries to match him and then just TP or ultimate.
Oh yeah.
So definitely a very good position for Plague on this Elder. Big Wheel trying to set up to defend it, but have a lot of blind bushes they're going to have to walk into.
Yeah, if they lose this Elder, it's pretty much game over. 2 inhibs down.
Flash out there by Sejuani to avoid getting rooted.
Yeah, she...
Poke over the wall from Thresh, but no follow-up.
You can't afford to have anyone get picked before this fight coming up.
Elder is alive currently. Shen and Ziggs sitting in the top lane, both with TPs. Ziggs coming over as Plague's trying to rush down the Elder. They have vision on it, but it's burned down before they can get into the pit. Now with Elder buff, this should be a 1 fight for Plague Gaming. Jack's trying to do a lot on the backside, but gets taken down by Shen. Rally in the back line takes out Nautilus, while Ziggs falls to Zaya, and Udyr takes out Sejuani. 5 for 0, clean fight with that Elder buff, and they will close out this game. Well played to play gaming for game 1. What kind of adjustments do you think Big Wheel needs to make for next game? Like, which of these champs do you not want to see next game if you're playing in their shoes?
It's hard to say. Zaya's always safe with that ult, and the amount of damage she was just putting out on the recoil with her feathers, I would say that would be the pick. Zaya is just super strong in the meta right now. Irelia, she has to dive into your team, so hopefully, yeah, Zaya was
With that
the
40k damage. Yeah, I think I'd
That
like
is-
the Zaya ban just because she does have that ultimate for the extra safety.
yeah, with the Thresh to land in her back, her ult to get out of the CC, and with all the tank in front of her, it was so hard to get to her.
Right. If they have a ban to throw top ways, they could just take out the Shen to take away kind of the supportive top to just help out the team in team fights. But
I don't know if they need to ban the Shin. Like, I didn't see any of his ults like resulting in like changing a fight in the bot wave. The
Yeah,
only thing I could see is like the I guess executing the ganks from the jungle perspective.
yeah,
It's like I've seen 3 ganks where Sejuani missed Q.
for a lot of very
And if they
close
just
ones.
hit that CC, they could have just changed that whole snowball could have been towards Big Wheel instead.
Right. Yeah, definitely makes sense. But
I think the biggest thing is the Zaya ban.
Yeah, I think that would be a good call. While the teams get back into it, we're gonna toss to a quick break, so we will be back in a couple minutes. we're back. Still getting ready to get into draft for game number 2, where we'll see if Big Wheel can pull it back, force a game 3, or if the Plague Gaming team can take it 2-0. Here, it looks like the draft just started for us.
Looks like they did opt to go with that ban on the Shin in the top lane.
Yeah, it's just one where it kind of changes how the game worked. It wasn't overly impactful in that game, but if you have the Shin, you always have that split pusher who can really
Ooh,
easily
and
join
Big
team
Wheel
fights.
taking the Irelia away as well.
Ooh, very interesting. I wonder if that'll be a top Aurelia or a mid Aurelia. Or an ADC Aurelia. Fluffy Duff is an Aurelia main, so could technically go there if they're feeling a little spicy.
3-way flex on Irelia.
But yeah, they took out that Cassiopeia again, the Zac, and opted for the Shen this time. Udyr will go the way of Vixper once again. And it looks like Play Gaming still like their Tryndamere, Renekton, Jace bans. And then Zaya once again for Plague. Definitely was very scary in that game 1. We'll hopefully have a way of shutting it down on the side of Big Wheel this game.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would have rather banned the Zai and let them have the Shin, but if they have something that can counteract it, then
Yeah,
maybe just executing the ganks. Or I did like the Tristana as well.
I would agree. I would have banned Zaya over Shen first round, and then Shen could have been a good second round ban, because I don't think they picked their top in the first round last game.
The Mumu MF going for the Wombo in the bot side.
Nice, not bad. Definitely, if you hit the bandage toss into the ultimate, can get a lot of damage with those waves of MF ultimates coming over you.
Thinking about last game, if they wanted to group as 5 and team fight, a Mumu and MF can make sure that that's on their side there.
Right. And it
Their
could
terms.
also help out with those ganks where the Sedge Qs were just barely missing. The Amumu Qs are a little farther, as well as the follow-up on the ultimate.
So you're thinking Mumu's coming through the jungle instead of the support side?
It could be either, really. I can see it going either way, currently. It is a good
And
support with
Aurelian
MF.
Soul in the mid.
The Dragon did get nerfed slightly, but is still a scaling monster in that mid lane.
So it looks like Hardway might actually trade the mage melee matchup now if he takes it mid with Irelia.
Right. I don't know if Hardway plays Aurelia, but I'll be interested to see how he does if it is a mid. And then the Seraphine taken away by Plague. Big Wheel taken out Set. Don't want them to have a big old brawler with that big Haymaker shield and damage. What up, Blitzkrieg? Are you playing games right now, or are you just here in between games? And then J4 taken out by Plague. And the final ban from Big Wheel.
Yeah, they're just taking I'm assuming the J4 out just for the team Wombo.
Yeah, just another ult to hold people in a circle. And the Mord, another bruiser top laner. So I'm guessing that's an Aurelia, so they were just banning stuff Aurelia didn't want to go against. Or Aurelia
So it should
top.
be towards the top side, yeah.
That's what I'm guessing right now. And then the Thresh once again, that Zaya Thresh again, a lot of safety in that bot lane. And those hooks were on point. And the Lulu, so it looks like it'll be MF Lulu with the Amumu in the jungle. And they're gonna round it out.
I don't know how I feel about the Enchanter in the bot lane with MF.
It's alright. You can still get an okay amount of poke with Lulu. You mainly just need to not get hooked by Thresh. And if they have the double AD carry, then Lulu just enabling them can be pretty good.
Yeah, that changes things.
Yeah, definitely. I think they want to play safe at least until MF has ultimate. Then they just want Lulu to get those supportive items to make them deal more damage.
I do know Hardway plays action, so that Aurelia is definitely going top side.
Right. And then Their Mumu and Lulu should have enough AP for them to even out, but all of their carries are very AD focused, and the Cho'Gath brought out for Plague in the top lane, trying to get a big old ball of health to survive that Aurelia matchup. We will see how it goes. If Big Wheel's hitting the Aurelia Qs like Flimsy was last game, that'll be good to go.
Yeah, it looks like after T1 played Cho'Gath in the LCK, he's been becoming a lot of real popular in the meta now.
Right, I like Cho'Gath right now when the enemy team doesn't really have any max health damage, because then you can just go that Heartsteel and become very hard to kill. Uh, Aurelia should be going Bork, so that'll help cut him down a little bit, but a lot of that will just depend on how the early game goes. If Aurelia can get those... Oh, blind pick. I guess that's fine. Makes it slightly faster. But, not exactly what we wanted. We'll let it slide for now, so we get into game a little faster. I haven't seen action to Asol personally, so I'll be interested to see how that matchup goes.
What you mean is you haven't seen action hardly at all this season.
True. Because I've seen a lot of Asol.
We know how the Asol matchups go, not so much action right now.
I feel like it's not bad for action, because he does do a lot of damage early, so if you can get on top of Asol while still trying to scale up, could be a good time to get some kills. But with Flimsy playing it, we'll see how it goes.
I don't think you have to worry too much about the action passive bringing people back, because that's a lot of beef on the side of Plague.
Yeah, still annoying when people just respawn, but we'll definitely see. See how Legalist does on this Aurelia into Cho, and then see how
Well, we thought the
the
Irelia
bot and
roams
the mid
were
lane go.
good last game. Wait till you get the drive-bys with Asol in the bot lane.
True. Just hit that E button to fly over all the walls. And we'll see how a Mumu fares into Udyr for this game. Yeah, Big Wheel trying to bring it to a tied series, and Play Gaming trying to close it out.
And like last time, I still like the way Plague drafted this one. I don't know. I guess Big Wheel putting all their eggs in the Mumu basket, trying with the Lulu ult to set up MF. That's just a lot of coordination through the team in order to make it work.
Right. So, how you feeling this game? Where you think the power lies?
Mumu, I think he might get invaded early. He's not a real strong early game jungler. If mid or top has any prio from Plague, Udyr can just run into his jungle and it'll cause him massive issues. I don't know how the bot lane's going to turn out, but as we saw last time, Xayah Thresh pushed in a Nautilus Tristana, so I'm assuming that's going to go the same way this time. And then just like last game, Irelia is going to have to do something in the top lane. The Jax didn't work out too well last game. He had a lead, but just couldn't do anything with it. This time, Big Wheel does have action, so like he does have a little bit more roaming potential. When Ziggs just had to sit in the mid lane, so I don't know if that'll make a.
Yeah, I know Hardaway plays a fair amount of action, so it'll definitely depend on how he does mid, or if he can get off some of those good roams. I know King Beard always says he doesn't want to see his brother on auction because he gets some of those good roam kills to pick up the low health enemies. So we'll want to be seeing that on the side of Big Wheel this game. And yeah, you're right. We're we're really gonna want to see Legalist try to push this matchup early and become a monster faster in the top lane.
As long as play can somehow sidestep and not get caught in the big wombo from Big Wheel, they should be good. And vice versa with Big Wheel. If they get the big wombo, they should just wipe out everybody in one go.
Right. I also think the MF Lulu needs to be able to play very safe in that bot lane. Because the Thresh Xayah was definitely looking for aggressive plays last game and have a lot more freedom to look for them this game. Let's see. 200k Lulu mastery. Not bad. They got locked mastery for the Cho'Gath, so maybe just playing a big health pod to say, I want to be safe. We'll see if we end up with the same side start from the jungle this time, or if they're opposite each other again this game.
Yeah, besides like the Cho and the Thresh, MF doesn't have like any like range GC she has to worry about too much. Maybe the recall and the feathers, but
Right. We'll see if the game loads for me. It does, hooray! I don't have to kill my program.
spoke too early.
Nah, it does this a lot with replays. It just takes a little bit of time for it to figure itself out. There we go. Alright. So I'm guessing it'll be a line of scrimmage again, but we'll see if anybody wants any invades. Currently looking like no.
Looking like a standard 5-point from both sides.
So again, the blue smite for Udyr, green smite for Amumu. Oh. Alright, there you go. There you go, replay. Figure yourself out. Both junglers thwarted that top side push, so it might be a bot side start for both, but we'll see where Tech Alley's feeling. Got Cho'Gath's just kind of sitting in the lane, not really watching the bush as far as where an invade could happen, but maybe trying to pull the wave to have it push towards himself.
And not too, you don't have to worry about any of the jungle invades or anything on this. I guess both teams are just happy to shake hands, start on their side, and go from there.
Yep, so far. And both sides starting on the bot jungle. So this time we'll have the junglers pathing the same way, see if we get any early action. And we have Flimsy trying to get some of that poke down early, getting poked back by Auction. And then Legalist walks into the Cho'Gath, says hello and dodges the Q.
Hard way both games in the mid lane starting out very aggressive, getting the early trades.
Nice sidestep there by Legalist, trying to just auto attack the Cho'Gath down, gets him down to about 200 health. Hardway needs to make sure he doesn't stand to that slow field. I believe that ability gives a lot of the stacking over to A-Soul's abilities.
This is definitely a lot different than last game. Big Wheel taking early trades in the top and mid. Getting pry on both sides.
Unfortunately, Hardway takes that tower shot, so he's gonna have to be careful about that. Ooh, a nice root onto the MF right there, and the double play, and the hook onto the MF, gets the exhaust down, but does fall. Ooh.
Oh, the minion.
Timber flashes and gets that auto. kills the Thresh, flashes just after the auto goes off. So gets
We
the
know
trade,
who the real carry is.
but the kill goes on to Lulu as Fluffy Duff falls first. Good start here for the Zai once again in game 2.
Yeah, the
Another
feather
nice root.
recalls.
You gotta watch out for those feathers. They do a lot of damage.
Arma's just on point with those. Just like chaining the CC with Thresh with the feather recalls is winning them so many of these early trades.
Yeah, or even being the one setting him up, getting the hook himself, and then Thresh has a free hook to land. But Fluffy's now back in lane, trying to walk into a full minion wave. That's not a fight you want to take that early. Loses about half his health to the minions and a couple autos. Yeah, Mumu is looking for the scuttle, but the Acel has the push right now. See if Aurelia can come down and assist him. Looking like no currently, but Mumu does pick up the scuttle, so that's very good for him. Doesn't
Did he
lose
smite
that XP.
steal it?
He had already started it, so he pushed it far enough up river. He got in and got out before he could get ganked.
Gotcha.
Udyr's gonna run down and get this bottom scuttle.
Udyr just showing himself mid lane, soaking up a little bit of XP.
Yeah, says, I'm here, I want to get my scuttle. I don't care if you know where I am.
After that tower shot that Hardway took, it's been definitely a turn of events for him getting pushed back now.
Gave Ace a little bit of freedom. Udyr is bot, ghosting in for the stun. Does not hit it. A nice flash there from Fluffy. Flimsy had been looking for roam down, but with the flash out, walks back to the mid lane. Top lane, he's still trying to punish Cho'Gath, but Cho just farming up under tower, using that passive healing to stay safe. Just takes a tower shot, but we'll look for a recall here with the tower pushed on the wave pushed into the tower.
Udyr with
Nice
the
hook
fresh
there
reset.
from Thresh once again, but the Amumu is around, so if Lulu can slow, the Amumu hook lands and the kill goes over to MF, because that's where you want the kill. Udyr is in town, gets CC'd and chunked to about half.
Yep, his first buy was CDR boot, so like him running there after the gank was already happened, is just he gets chunked out for free.
He is not tanky as of yet. So a nice gank there from Tac Alley, picks up a kill for the MF, helping out that lane pressure. And actually
Exactly
up now
what
2-1 kills.
Big Wheel needed.
And then
The gank of Plague didn't come in, and then Big Wheel countered. They actually picked this one up.
Flimsy went
Just
back and bought himself some mana items and then TP'd back in the lane, so still just looking to farm this out and scale it.
Yeah, a lot better start from Big Wheel this game.
A nice bounce there from Fluffy, so a little bit of poke onto the Thresh.
It's like there's a Chemtech on the table. Udyr's clearing top side. Looks like Amumu's running towards his bot side. No camps up, so he might just be gunning straight for the dragon.
I might be thinking a dragon or maybe a re-gank or looking mid into dragon. Hardway has reset, so it's purchased and is full on health and mana, so would be probably happy for a fight. Looks like Mumu wants the red buff right now.
Yeah, he's just putting a ward on the dragon to see if there's anything going on.
Udyr was hovering topside, now it's looking like he's gonna look mid. Wow.
If they get sight on Udyr, yeah, Udyr's on that ward.
Let's see where he's at. They have the Thresh
Zaya
running
just
towards mid
reset.
too, so it could be a 3-man. No, Thresh is dropping a ward onto the dragon, taking out that pink ward. Now it looks like they're gonna potentially try to collapse 3-man mid.
Or on the
Does
bottom
back
side
up
of
and
mid.
respect it.
No sight on anybody right now. Does not want to step into the mid lane by himself.
Legolas needs to set up and force Cho to push out and then look for an all-in to get a kill. So Gotta
Yeah,
let
Joe's
this wave
happy just
die.
farming under his tower.
Yeah,
He's
he-
just gonna wait till late game.
He needs to let the wave die and then force the Cho to extend so he can look for a kill. Killing a Cho under tower is way too hard. Right now just looking for a plate and then probably a reset.
I was just tanking the wave though.
Yeah. But
He's just
still
taking more
doesn't really
damage.
care. Doesn't have enough mana for ult right now if you wanted to try to dive, but it's still very dangerous. Yeah, so right here, if you let the wave just push and you don't auto it, if Cho stays, he would have to walk away, or you can freeze out and deny a lot of farm.
Aurelia being really brave. No sight on the Udyr and just living under top tower.
Really just wants to fight right now. But meanwhile, Cho will TP back top, but Akshan and Amumu will start this Rift Herald, while the Udyr is looking for a lane gate in the bot lane. I don't think there's any vision for Big Wheels so far on the bot lane, so they might end up getting caught by this. They do have a very low thresh, so if they get over eager for this kill, they'd see the Udyr right there, getting ghosted on. And a nice flash hook there from the thresh.
Max range
Take
hook.
out the MF. Aren't quite at the Lulu ult to save the MF there, but now dropping this Rift Herald top and just looking for more plates, probably not a dive.
They're just trying to get this Aurelia, just speed her along.
Meanwhile, Udyr will pick up Dragon number 1 with his bot lane.
Fortunately, Zaya picking up both those kills on Plague. Big Wheel does not want to see that.
For sure. But one dragon over. Big Wheel's still up 800 gold, but Zaya has all the kills on the side of Plague, which is very scary, as you mentioned.
Definitely a lot slower pace for Big Wheel. They just want to play it safe and wait for the team fights, it looks like.
Yeah, which I agree with that on the bot side. I think if they pressured top side harder, that would be the place to go right now. It's like right here, this is where you could look for a stun and maybe an all-in as Aurelia.
The one thing I haven't seen is either the mid laners run.
They've looked a little bit, but yeah, they both like kind of left lane but then walked back. Mumu and Udyr both on the top side as the Cho is a little bit pushed, so this could be a good time for a gank. No vision for the Cho gas currently.
Oh, there's a
Gets
stun.
stunned,
Here it
gets
goes.
stunned again. Gets Q'd on. Gonna ult the Mumu? No, gets CC'd every time he tried to eat him and doesn't get to pick up that kill on a Mumu.
Little play.
Actually,
by
Cho
Big
did
Wheel.
ult there. Did he? He must have ulted earlier. Okay, so Amumu was safe there with that gank. I thought he was.
Did he
a little
eat a
low.
minion right before the fight happened?
He must have, because that if he had ult and Amumu got hit by the ult, Amumu would have died there. So it must have just been down.
Here's a
The
roam
first
from Action
game
top
was
lane.
a win for Plague Gaming, so they're up 1-0 in the best of 3. They had a very big Aurelia and Zaya in game 1. Oh, there's one hook mixed by Too Good for Lima. Has been hitting basically every other one. Yeah, this is game number 2.
And then that
Ooh,
recall
root
into the
into
death
the hook.
sentence.
And
Yeah,
Lulu falls.
just stepping up a little too far. Here comes action.
Swinging in, and the max range hook coming out from a Mumu.
Blocked by the tower.
Yep. Got the ultimate out of Flimsy to survive that gank, and then hides behind tower to survive the auction ultimate.
Action. Oh, taking another tower shot.
Here. See Aurelia trying to fight the Cho once again. Doesn't get the stun, but the Bork is not complete and can walk the Cho down until he flashes back under tower. Ultimately been up there, I would have expected a dive, but decides not to go for the risky play. And is hard pushing this, trying to make Cho not want to back.
Hardway living on
Nope.
Living
Gets the
on
stun,
edge right
going
there.
for the dive, needs an auto Q, damage reduction, yep. Gets the kill, down to 1 plate, 2-0 with 4 plates on Aurelia early. This is the kind of start you want to see for Legalist to become that monster in the top lane.
Well played by Legalist. A lot further ahead than he was on the Jax at this point in the game.
No, just
Getting-
game number 2. The last game lasted a while. Arma is cracked, I agree. Here on the bot lane, another great hook onto the Lulu. Udyr stuns under tower. Lulu ults herself to try to survive, but still gets burned down. A lot of good damage coming through from the MF ult, but they get out alive.
Yeah, the MF ult doing a little bit of damage, but Udyr is just walking it off into the jungle.
Did they afford Legalist? They afford Legalist because their normal top laner is More Sleep, who I believe is also a Masters player. So they had a lot of money to spend in that top lane.
Ooh, and
I think it was a
Arma
different team
barely
like that.
surviving again.
Once again, these team fights where play gets very low but doesn't quite die. Now the ASOL ultimate plus the EQ burns down a
And-
double kill for the ASOL and 5 kills onto the Xayah. All the kills once
Not
again
what
going
you
up to
wanted to
Xayah
see.
and Flimsy on that ASOL. Just
They
getting the
were
gold on
playing
their carries.
so well until that point too.
It's just so unfortunate for them. But Aurelia has taken that first tower, so it is looking quite strong currently. Has a 70 CS lead also at this point, so
Yeah, just a
trying to be
disjointed
that
fight
big carry in the
bot
top
side.
lane. Yeah, when you post for the people looking, if you're missing multiple people, you can use the salary in whatever way you want to. It's just as long as your full team is under the cap, then you can play. Yeah, there were a couple teams tonight looking for subs. Plague
Second
picks
drag
up
picked up.
Drag at number 2 with the Mountain Soul. Looks like this game will be a Hextech Soul, so a very good pickup for whichever team gets it.
Play starting a little slower than last game, but following the same script, picking up all the objectives and getting their AD ahead.
Yeah, they're playing great. I agree. I hope Big Wheel wins also, so we can go to game 3. But they're gonna have to shut down the Xayah.
They're gonna have to get through a Cho, Udyr, and a Thresh to reach that girl.
Yep. Cho just finished his Heartsteel, so he's gonna start stacking up more of that health. ASOL is on 4 stacks of the Rod, and then there's a Kraken Slayer for Xayah, MF, and Akshan. Really currently working on that Jack shows.
They can make a comeback through Aurelia. She got all the plates topside. She has a, what is this, a 80 CS lead?
Right.
And just pushing it in top lane.
They did steal away that red buff from the Udyr, and we'll get out. Now they're looking for that.
MF
Rich
getting
Herald.
caught again.
Yep, MF gets hooked again, and just that damage coming out from Xayah is ridiculous.
They're keeping the wave in the middle, so she has to step up, and then she just gets caught by Chain CC. It's not looking good for them.
Yep. Everyone who wants game 3, just put on your rally caps for Big Reel right now. That'll help them out. You have Aurelia TPing behind the bot lane, trying to get this kill since they are looking for the tower damage. It's ulted by the Lulu, but the ASOL is also here, and the ultimate CC's Aurelia long enough to pick up the kill, and ASOL now dives under tower, gets another kill over on the Arma. Whew.
Every time they try to start a fight, here comes Flimsy drive-bying over the wall with ASOL.
They're always about to kill Lima, and then they go a little too far, and Flimsy shows up.
They're just a step behind.
Well, Akshan and MF are getting run down by the Udyr. Drop the exhaust, but then he just walks away. Running so fast with that ghost online.
Even with the exhaust on him, doesn't
Ooh,
look like he
another
slowed down.
great hook from Thresh. They have a Mumu here, get the double stun, but as the MF is ulting, gets picked up by Thresh. Akshan revives 2 of his teammates. But now
Buffy just getting caught
ASOL
again.
TP's in, but doesn't really fight. Yeah, 8-0 and 2 Xayah now. It's ridiculous.
It went from them playing like almost a perfect beginning part of the game, slowed it down, taking objectives, and then out of nowhere, it was blown up in the bot lane. 3-4 people there, just a party.
Nice stun there from the Aurelia. Should pick up this Cho. There's no tower to run to. Picked up the Heartsteel stack, so gets a little bit of gold for his, or a little bit of health for his troubles. But double flash misses the stun, so the Cho is trying to walk away now, and might make it to Xayah, which will make this.
Cho with the
interesting.
happy feet, the great escape.
And Mumu's here, but Xayah's there to back up the Cho'Gath and gets out alive. Oh no!
Hardway getting caught by Arma, just goes down in like couple seconds.
Got the triple auto into the root and then just gets picked up. Arma's way too big.
This
9,
man
0,
is
and
just
2.
taking Xayah to another level.
Has 2 items as everyone else is on 1 item or working on a 2nd item. Ridiculous. Cho TP back top lane, try and save his tier 2 tower. And now we'll just farm it up sitting under tower. Doesn't mind how much he's behind, just here to farm.
Even as far as he's behind, Legolas is not ahead like Arma is.
Right.
Arma's just propelled so far ahead of anybody in this game.
They do get the Rift Herald down, so they take the tier 2, but they're losing a tier 2 in bot and mid lane in trade.
700 gold bounty on Xayah, 500 on Aesol.
I think they knew the Xayah was there. Hardway might have just not known there was a ward in that bush. But yeah, got a little too close to that super fed Xayah. But yeah, for this one, definitely looking for those shutdowns on the Aesol and the Xayah. Need to get that over onto one of the 3 carries to have a chance in this game. They are only down 3.5k, but all of that lead is on the carries for Play Gaming, so despite it being a not incredibly sizable lead, it's a very scary one.
Tech will put him on soul point.
Yeah, the Udyr focus in these ganks has been very good. MF tries the ult, but gets knocked up by the Aesol ultimate. The auction, or the rally picks up the Thresh, but now swings into enemy team and gets picked up.
Swinging in, oh. Hero
Trying
play
to get out
gets
as the
cut
Aesol
down.
jumps to the wall to get the knockup and the slow onto the Aurelia. The Udyr runs in, stuns her, and then runs out. And now Cho'Gath is just trying to hold her in place as Aesol and Udyr dance around, doing damage.
Just a
Aurelia
4
can
for
jump
1.
into the back line, might be able to get this. Gets the kill on Udyr. Ooh, gets the ultimate down onto the Cho'Gath, and then Aesol picks her up with the Q damage. Was able to pick up 1, but wasn't able to get onto Flimsy Fence.
What a team fight. That knockup on the MF ult.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate timing there. MF ult started right as the knockup landed. Yeah, the Thresh has been playing fantastically. Been hitting like 80 to 90% of those hooks. Xayah here, pick up the red buff. Can action pick up the kill. Needs to swing around this wall. Doesn't go far enough and Aesol will run out. And then should be backing under tower here soon, so won't have any real threat from the ultimate or anything. Unless Action tries something really crazy.
He's
Try
going
something
for
really
it.
crazy.
He's going for
Needs
it.
to hit that. Oh, he gets the shutdown! He will die, but it's worth it. He got 1100 gold for that.
Oh,
Good kill
man.
on Hardway.
Hardway diving, not being denied that kill.
He said, I gotta get something, otherwise it's over. So, I get to pick up like half an item off of that kill. Flimsy being a little too safe, or feeling safe when he wasn't being under the tower. Now we just need to see that with the Xayah pickup.
That 7 kill Aesol with a quarter health, trying to back on the tower. I don't know if they're going to get a Xayah in a situation like that.
The Xayah will do it while Xayah has ultimate up, so she can just jump in the air. Yeah, if they can get a kill onto Aurelia, MF, or Akshan onto the Xayah, That'll be a big help. Still holding the gold lead at about 4K. A little over 4K now, but not getting overly large. Asol is looking topside, trying to pop up behind Aurelia. Amumu also up there, so might end up in a 2v2. Oh, they didn't see the Aurelia. Alright, the Aurelia was hiding. Ooh, hits the stun. Alright, the jump away is now gone. The stun comes through, but Cho'Gath TP's in to save his mid laner.
They're just trying to get a pick. Trying to claw their way back.
Yeah, Attack Alley mains jungle. He's played jungle and top for Big Wheel this season. Here we have Cho, Thresh, and Asol now on the top lane trying to deal with Aurelia. The hook lands again. Nema too good on the Thresh. We have a Mumu in the area. Hits the sun on Flimsy, but doesn't have the fallout damage. And now the other two members, it's a 5v2.
Oh,
Mumu is stuck in the middle of
them.
them. Aurelia's trying to jump in 1v5, but gets burned down as Aurelia walks over the wall. Zaya ultimate comes through and the pullback takes down the enemy team 4 for nothing, and now they're starting the Baron.
Oh man.
Just anytime they think they get a little bit of a pick, there's the quicker rotation from the side of Play Gaming.
Amumu looks like he was just trying to get that Aurelia out, and then he got converged on by all 5 members. He got a 4-man ult though. Just was not enough, unfortunately.
Now with this Baron buff running, Flimsy's pushing this mid lane, letting the cannon minion chunk it down slowly. Looks like it will fall. Lulu can just stand by and watch the tower fall. The top lane tier 1 finally falls to Cho'Gath and Udyr.
Now, looks like they're not going to make a big push. They're just going to take maybe one more tower, reset, and go for soul.
Yeah, it would take a little bit of a miracle for us to get the game 3 at this point, but still a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Might be 1 in a million, but there's a chance.
Just like last game, you give them soul and fight for Elder.
Right. Here we got... God, this soul's so much worse to give over though. Got Hextech Soul come up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, Hextech
Shouldn't
is
really
crazy.
be any way for it to get taken without an Amumu key over the wall and steal.
Zaya with the Hextech Soul. I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to get... They're not going to make it to the Baron or Elder.
We got action here trying to be sneaky. Oof, try to get that Q onto the Zaya, but just out of range. Now they're setting up their vision around the dragon. Got the Zaya pushing the mid lane. Just seeing if he can't bait out a fight before they start this objective. And another hook lands onto the Aurelia. No follow up, but now they're starting the dragon. It's burning down very fast. And it will go down. No fight. Now the Amumu goes in, but jumps in just after it falls. They have the soul now. They have all the fight power. Asol flies over Emma, leaving on her, burning her down. Akshan and Aurelia fall. A quadra kill for Arma. Report Flimsy for stealing the Penta. And that will be the game.
Nice setup with the Mumu stun in the MF ult, but just not enough damage.
Yeah.
Plague so far ahead.
Arma's sitting here asking his team why they died so much. But good fight there from Big Wheel. Unfortunate they had to sub out their big top laner and not have a practice team fight going, but put up a good fight and very well played to Play Gaming. Fantastic on those carry rolls, and they're moving on in the finals. Oh, to the semifinals technically.
To the semis. Watch out for that Zaya. That has to be a ban for the next team that plays them.
If you end up against Plague, watch out for Zaya. She's very strong right now, and Arma likes her. Really almost catching up in damage in that pretty quick game, but got outpaced by the Zaya. So many great hooks from Thresh, so many great feathers and pullbacks from Arma, just very well practiced bot lane. But well played both teams. Again, if any of you have Twitch Primes and you don't have them used anywhere else, toss them to us. We would love to see it. We're going to use it to make all our side tournaments and just the season overall better. And again, anyone who's watching, if you're not in the league, reach out to anyone in this chat or anyone you know who's in the league, and we're happy to have more people join the league. Got any closing thoughts, Steele?
I was hoping Big Wheel would bring it back for a game 3. That side was just too strong.
Yeah, just very well played down there. Great rotations from Plague. They were playing out of their minds and had a great 2-0 victory. But yes, well played everyone. And we will see you all next time.
Night.
Let's go. The nightmare of eternity marches right before your eyes as the ground begins to shake. Ravens fly amongst the sky, battles of great divine, torn hearts of fear and cries. Let the rage of war ignite. We were born to rise. Obliterate all your shit, annihilate your villages. We're gonna raid all your shit, plunder all for the hell of it. We're gonna raid all your shit, annihilate your villages. We're gonna raid all your shit, plunder all for the hell of it. We are Vikings, warriors stand to fight. You're going down tonight. Berserker spirit of war. We are Vikings. We are Vikings. We are Vikings. Man of honor, man of war. Tales be told forevermore. Bloody axes, bloody fields. Fight with honor, clash of shields. Roaring mountains from afar. Fearless soldiers fight with heart. Haunting lands of man and steel.